other people.
What do you mean by that?
People dislike me because I am not completely like them.
And in what way are you different?
This influences my thinking and consequently my actions.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do. And this influences my thinking and consequently my actions. Yes,
And what is that?
I am not completely like other people.
What do you mean by that?
People dislike me because I am not completely like them.
And in what way are you different?
This influences my thinking
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
and actions.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
Mic check, mic check.
To do with my life
1, 2, 1, 2.
few people try to do.
Mic, mic.
And
Check, check.
this influences
Let's get it. Hello, guys. Welcome. Testing. Welcome. Today is the day for Feedback 54. What you know. We have 17 submissions fully uploaded into Ableton that we're about to break down. If you ever want to submit a track for feedback review, just submit it in my Discord. The description has everything. You'll be able to go to the server, submit your track. We'll put it in Ableton. We're going to look at loudness levels, sound design, song arrangement, composition, music theory, all the different cool things that will make your track a banger. Up first, we have Fitza with Resurgence. Let's go ahead and check out the cover art, if there is some. This is, oh, right here. Boom. We're gonna get it done. I'm gonna open the chat. Slob on my knob, running through the car, a buckshot ride. Yeah, bitch, you fucking with the mob. Yeah, man, that was really good acapella for this. Right. Yeah. Whoa. That's Fitza. Resurgence. We got some pretty cool tune up in here. Now, I have to say that we only have a couple things that we really need to improve upon here, because overall the song is rather nice. Lots of different flows, lots of different sections, cool melodic elements. I mean, the intro, for example, sounds very, very nice. Just that melody and then the dynamics, you know, it's getting silence, going back loud. This is good. Now the intro though, like the subs and the drums can definitely be thicker, hit heavier, hit harder. You should work on that. And then once we get to the drop, really the main thing I'm like not feeling is like the pump in the sidechain. So I would just like work on the sidechain, make sure it's pumping a little bit more so we can get some groove and make sure that kick is standing out really well. Also keep in mind too, like the sub almost doesn't stop the whole time. Like it's like literally sustained almost in most of these sections. So right before the middle build up, we have no sub. And then in these little sections, we have no sub. And in these little sections, we have lots of groove here because of the sub silence. So we really want to be incorporating a lot of that in these slower rhythms here. Like you slow it down and it's heavy. But over time, the sub is just playing constantly. So the sub is losing energy, losing power. All you have to do is just create some dynamics and add silence between phrases of the sub and cut some sub out in some little sections so that you can go back and forth between silence and heaviness. Overall, tearout guns, like they sound nice, they sound heavy, but you could still make them heavier. Like the layers sound pretty minimal. I mean, like maybe 3 or 4, and it just sounds pretty thin. You know, it sounds good, it just sounds thin. Like there could be more beef. Like even here, we feel more frequencies being played, so like we perceive it to like sound thicker, sound fuller. But like these guns are like, it's just like more like a high frequency wash with a little bit of mids in it, and there's just not a lot of mid-range grunginess, and they don't stand out in the mix as being super powerful. If you like reference a Murata track and kind of see how freaking dominant those guns are, you'll kind of see what I'm saying. It's like so many layers. Fill up the stereo image, fill up the frequency spectrum. And that's how you get it done. Plus you gotta like post-process things together. I'm pretty sure if you just add your sub and your guns together, throw a saturator or a G-clip on it, you'll start getting the results that you need. Overall, really good flow, really nice bounce, good rhythms. That's the most important part, making a nice, you know, thoughtful composition that feels like there's energy and movement. Someone in the chat, Zach, said that we could benefit with maybe some, you know, ASAP Mob vocals, you know, just rolling in. It's little things like that that will help people connect to the song and keep them coming back. Rather, if it's not, then it right now it's just the pre-drop saying like it's Fitza or something. It's your tag basically. But over time, if they keep listening to it, it'd get old. But if they have something to come back to, like a memorable vocal or a really intense melody, this melody is really good, but it sounds very similar to what we've like heard in the past, you know, like epic stuff and just artists that, you know, we've heard. So it's good to reference them and be inspired by them. But the more unique you make your songs, the more interesting and different it is, the more people will come back and listen, and then it'll live forever. So much music sounds the same nowadays, unfortunately, because we all have access to the same tools and we're all inspired by the same people. We got First ID. Who's First ID? Some of these Dropbox, remember SoundCloud links, please. This one was a broken link as well, unfortunately. So up next, we got First ID by Rico Monsi. Monkey. Rico Monsi. Man, I don't know. Hopefully I got that right. Let's go.
Please remain calm.
Let me show you how it's done.
Remain calm.
Let's get it. Hey yo. It's time. Is that all you got? Sick, dude. Y'all don't know what. This is your last chance.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, dude, that was, bro. I must say that was pretty crazy. I rarely do like a surprise bass face, but I did right here. Let's check it for one time.
Please remain calm.
Yeah, the way that shit comes in is fucking heavy. That's dope. That's fire. That is some fire shit right there. Yeah. Yeah, Angla, I used your track last stream. Go look at the last stream if you want the feedback on this. You didn't submit a different track, so I'm pretty sure I used this one last stream too. And I added this one. 422. Yeah, because on last stream I used this one as well. This one and Angla. So check on that. And if you want to upload a new track, that'll be in the next stream. Right now, we got to review this track here because this guy has some sick processing. Okay, very nice, very nice, very good. All right, so one of the main things that is important that we look into here is the phrasing and the timing and the arrangement, because like we're trying to dance to this cool stuff you got going on and you're kind of like taking us away from dancing and like throwing us on random builds and intermissions while in the drop, and it just doesn't feel natural. So let's go ahead and look at the timing here and see what we got going on here. But keep in mind too, this fake out is abnormally long too, but luckily you save it with how heavy the transition is. Like dynamically, it's like quiet here, and you're not teasing necessarily the same exact bass. You kind of like surprise us with the drop bass, so it's unique. Check.
Please remain calm.
Like the heaviness, boom, 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 and very thick, very demanding of like the mix, and it's fitting in nice with the really fast little wigglies that you have here. So these are all like the highs, and we just get blasted with the lows and the mids as soon as these come in. And it's delayed too. I don't know if you realize, but we have like a little gangster delay coming on here.
Please remain calm.
And like this could be considered like almost like the call and then response. Then we do a fill, but then because this was like a call and response structure, we kind of need this to like happen again, you know, but you don't, you just throw us into it, so it just feels off right away right there. The fill timing is good timing. Dun, dun, dun. Nothing should get thrown back into that. So like already the timing gets a little messed up right here. And it's not the timing's messed up, right? The timing's still on time, but the flow is messed up. So we lose the energy, and energy levels was like super high in the dropper, like bam, bam, and then all of a sudden you throw the fill in and then forget the call section. So then you kind of just like lose and get like almost skip a section, and it feels awkward, feels odd. Kind of gets a little messy too. So the amount of dance time right here is very short. It's about 4 bars of dance time. You know, because by the time we're here, we're already like transitioning to this washout. You start filtering out all the frequencies. We hit this washout, all the frequencies are gone. So like this is happening way too early. If you did this later on in the drop, it would work. But remember, we just listened to, how much is this? This is 16 bars of your intro. So 16 bars we just listened to. We're waiting for the drop, right? Tension's building. Everyone's all excited. And then you hit us with the drop, which remember was delayed by the fake out. And then you only give us 4 bars to dance to. And then all of a sudden you wash it out. So we stop dancing for a while. And you do another fake out, which just does not really make sense at all. When we're trying to like, we're at the climax of your song, high energy, we're trying to like get down. So you really want to work on phrasing and timing, and your 4 bars should be a phrase. You should have about a 16 bar, 32 bar drop. You can, in the middle of that, do like another build up or a fake out, different things to build energy. But remember, we're trying to continue to build the energy over time. We have to be careful not to eliminate the energy and completely kill it, because then that's just an issue. The sound design could be really cool and stuff, but we won't be able to like continue to listen to this over and over again and continue to play it in the club, because if you drop this in the club, you'd be abruptly stopping the dance fast with that. We get back in here and the phrasing starts to get a little bit normal, but then we have like these long intermissions.
Remain calm.
So it seems you have about 4 fake outs in your drop.
Hey yo!
Now, a lot of the times, like the fake out method, we're filtering out frequencies, we're removing the drums. These are really good techniques to be using in the drop. But the way you're using them is at a long length of time. You know, this is about 2 bars right here. Pull this out, that's about 4 bars. So I have a 2 bar fake out. You know, so 4 fake outs, 2 bars each or more, that's just a lot of time that we're waiting for the drop and not dancing. So I'll definitely be looking at that. Reference your favorite tracks to see how they set up their song arrangement, their timing, their phrasing, and their structure, so that you can start learning like why the pros do this, because you'll start to see the same patterns over all of our favorite songs. All the artists at Lost Ends are doing certain things so that they can get people dancing as much as possible, because this is the electronic dancing music. You know what I'm saying? Good job though, man. Very nice. Very heavy. Very fun. That's the first ID. Up next, we got Earthwalker with You, Walking the Light. Oh no, that's You. Is it You? I thought I was about to say E minor, but no, it's D minor at 140. Walk in the Light. Looks like we're cooking Earth in the universe. This is very nice vibes. Let's get it. I'm working here. Rock away. Okay. You Walk in the Light, 140, D minor. This is by Earthwalker. Bro, you got the whole walk, Brandon. Hold up. We gotta check this in walks on this guy's page. Bro, where the walk at, man? I don't see no walk here. Come on, guys. Branding. Man, if I saw a walk, I would want to stay, but there's no walks. We just have a Bible verse. Nope. Mention of a Bible verse. But he is saying Jesus is boss. You flip. So you go by you. It looks like you. Okay. Cool. All right. So you. Let's go ahead and check out your drop so we can go ahead and analyze, strategize, and maximize. First things first. Call and response, overall cohesion are the main things that we have to keep in mind here. I mean, we have access to all these presets, all these sounds. It's real easy to just start throwing things in the walk, and then you have like this jambalaya of sorts. And we really don't want that. We need some healthy, well-layered lasagna that's looking nice and clean, in harmony. That's all we need, man. So when we check out this, we're going to see a lot of different basses coming at us. The timing and the song arrangement doesn't seem to be fully structured. We're going to see what's up. Okay, I mean, gosh, it's kind of even hard to break this down because there's a lot of sounds going on, and they're not flowing with each other, they're not like moving with each other. So let's see if we can break this down. Gosh. All right. So first part of our drop is the downbeat. This is the first beat of the song. This is probably one of the most important sections because this is the introduction to what's about to happen. One of the main important things is that we have dynamics. So like if we had a little bit of silence or a little bit of fades in between these sections, it would really help to transition to the next note. You know, like just the smallest little bit of silence before the main response happens, which is like the main motif of the drop. Now, also, look at here. We have these weird, random, like almost silences. It's like the sidechain is being activated in parts where it shouldn't be and creating a duck. So that is just irresponsible. Another one here. Just very abnormal dynamic shifts, very weird movements, and we have to make sure we pay attention to these little details. So like it literally looks like a sidechain is on the wrong section. So remember, sidechains will go on the kicks so that your whole song ducks in volume so the kick can punch through and be impactful, but also add that bounce and that groove. Cool. Now that main bass that we were just talking about, your main response bass, that main motif, it's just constantly playing over and over and over again. So it's getting repetitive. If something's repetitive, that means we can predict it. We know what's going to happen next. That means energy levels are just going to go down. And it's just not dance music. It's just more just like sounds at this point. So we got to be very careful. We have to structure these sounds in a way that they're moving with one another. And we also have to keep in mind repetition will make things sound just boring over time. So then we have to start adding new layers and adding new tones and sounds and even new rhythms so that things can get interesting and the audience stays engaged. When I speak of cohesion and all those random basses coming through, these are the sections I'm talking about. Lots of different frequencies that don't really blend together fully. So you want to use like the same post-processing racks or even use the same patch and slightly modify it so that you can create relatives of a sound and make easy basses that blend well with it. And focus on dynamics. If you pay attention to silence and the way things move from one another, that's going to help a lot with the overall flow and bounce and energy of the track. Got to get that energy. Cool. And then the last thing, just layering. So your main basses, they're overall pretty weak. If you look at our leftage, we're about -6 left. So we are at a good loudness, but we still have a little bit of room. If you want, you can turn some things down. You can start to layer your basses with more layers, fill up the frequency spectrum, fill up the stereo image. Things will get beefy and thick, and it'll be good. It'll be real nice. Good job, though. You can see you have these nice ideas in you. Got that reggae flow with a dubstep. Yo. New 11. I've never seen you with Tangent. Look at this cover art. Very nice. Spicy orange. Mad orange. Angry orange. With maybe Optimus Prime as human. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go. Wait. This is almost like Tang. It says Tang right here. Oh my gosh. Is it a conspiracy? Where's Tang? Please someone ping Tang.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mark. Let's go.
Jesus. What? Bro, what in the Sam Van Heusen is going on? Talk about energies. I wasn't even trying to dance. I was just listening to the song and it made me dance. Why did it make me dance? Well, drum and bass, first off, is a beautiful thing, right? The speeds are so high, energy so high, and it, like dynamically, the way we're moving between like silence and loudness. I mean, you can visually see the dynamics here. Let's listen to what they feel like. Oh, nope. Wrong track. You can't see shit. So like these you could consider like a fill section, and the way we're like going back and forth between loudness, quiet, silence, just it's very intense. And things like this make you stop listening to the song and you just start feeling, because things are happening so fast. You just can't sit down and just listen to what's going on. You just have to feel it. And that's a good place to be in dance music. Overall, this song, like there's a lot of different samples flying at you, a lot of different sounds. It becomes pretty like congested in some sections and almost too much. And I really think that it would benefit you greatly if you start simplifying the drops to a point where you find that perfect balance of hellish insanity and perfect simplicity and harmony while maintaining the speed and the dynamics that you are. Overall sub can be fatter, you know, the sub bass can be like thicker, and I think you should post-process that in a way to get fatter. But I'm really impressed by just how many different sounds and different main respaces and main, like, there's just so much going on. So when you get to the end of it, you would have to run it back, because you guys would be like, yo, what just happened? You know, it's almost like listening to a crazy rap song back in the day where he spit 3 verses and all of them are so crazy, and you just had to run it back because what the hell just happened? Like, this is brand new. Like, I'm pretty sure you didn't play any of these sounds. Yeah, so you just start bringing in new sounds all the time. This is a section where like the sub bass feels pretty weak. Sub bass is much better with these sections. That shit's clean, man. There are a lot of these breaks though and intermissions. I don't know if you hear this whole stream, but you don't want to always be breaking it and intermission it. You have to, like, you know, slowly sprinkle those in. You want to keep people dancing as much as possible. Reference drum and bass tracks. My favorite drum and bass artist is Camo Crooked. They are just so good and like almost impossible to replicate. So you should just look at the wizards that do drum and bass right now and reference how you can structure your drops and do song arrangement and phrasing, and how you can do those extra tricks to add more energy, because you can benefit from that. This is good, but there's a lot of different things that can be taken to the next level. And remember, simplicity will make things sound heavier. If there's so much, like, you have some samples that are like punch samples, like straight up, and like all kinds of random samples. So when you're trying to like stay cohesive and trying to catch a vibe and stay in the same vibe, a lot of those random flying samples kills that. So just be careful. There's an old genre before EDM trap and before this dubstep, and it was called complextro. and it was like house music where it just threw all kinds of random sounds at you all fast and stuff. And this is what it reminds me of. That sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad. Like I said, find a perfect balance between those things so that you can keep people lost in the sauce. Good job though, man. It's fun. Fun time. Tangent. Yeah. New 11. This song was a broken link, unfortunately. Up next, we have Scandalous, Forgotten Consonants. Let's go ahead and see what is about to get done. All right, guys. This song was used last week and was submitted last week already, so I'm honestly kind of disappointed because there's a lot of things that I don't want to repeat, you know, and these videos, you can go back to at any time. They're saved on my channel. You can review them, look at the notes, fix those things. If you're going to resubmit a track, you should at least do the things I told you to do, you know, because like it's going to get to the point where I'm not going to like let you submit a track again if you're not doing any of these simple things that I'm telling you to do. One thing that really disappoints me is at the end of your drop, you just let your bass run off and you don't add a fill or anything. It's very sloppy. It's unprofessional. You need to have these fills. It's very easy to make a fill at the end of your phrase. Like, the drums are gone, you're just letting the bass run off. That doesn't sound good. You need to fix that. The whole song is too loud. It's -2 LUFS. I can't turn this up while listening to it. I literally have to turn it down. I expect you guys to be making songs that don't damage our ears. If you reference the loudest artists like Murata or any of these crazy people, you'll see that they're strategically placing their songs in a LUF range so it's loud but not damaging our ears, because we're blowing our ears at this you learn about the loudness wars, learn about how as technology increases, we keep getting things louder, and we're always like competing to get things louder. And right now, the tearout genre is doing that. So you hitting -2, -1.5 LUFS in the drop is just way too loud, and it doesn't need to be that loud. It could be -6 LUFS and still be loud enough. So -3 should be the maximum volume you go, because when I listen to the drop, I shouldn't have to measure the drop to make sure it's too loud and then turn it down, because it's hurting my ears, and my ears are just ringing and ringing. Your ears are going to start ringing too. Just watch. Wear earplugs in the shows. Make sure you monitor at low levels. When I went to audio school, my professors, they would talk about this a lot, because their ears, they don't recover. Like, as soon as we damage them, they're just damaged forever. And if we want to do this as a career, we have to take care of our ears. So try to monitor at low levels. Try to listen, not blasting your ears, because you're going to have fucked up ears like all the rest of us. But overall flow, sound design, you have it. It's good. Remember, I already gave you feedback in this last stream, so just go back to that if you need to. But you have to get proper fills. You have to have proper phrasing so that the dance continues. You need to make sure that it's not too loud so that we can listen to it. If it's too loud and you submit it to Spotify, they're going to compress it down and make it sound like shit. You'll have a lot of issues. Mixing and mastering is really important, so focus on it. You have the sound design and some flow going on, so now focus on getting that clean, high quality mix, because it's going to make a huge difference in everything. Mix it up. Keep it real all day. Up next, we got Dracula Rhythm by Exquisite. Very nice, very good. Very nice, very good. Let's get it done.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. My money longer than James Cameron.
Yes, sir.
We getting that Pirate Bay alien shish kebab cordyceps money. Smoking the Qui-Gon Jinn Vietnamese Phillips head runs. Stop playing with me. Bitch. Stupid piece of shit.
Bomb, bomb. Bomb, bomb. Bop, bop, bop.
I don't give a shit. You go Blake and Tempe shirtless in a loincloth, blowing bareback asshole out smoking aqueduct filtered churn.
No?
I'm smoking Mesopotamian Stanley Cup triple award winning soul bleeder, taint blaster, JD Power Associates, Dingleberry Zaza.
Zaza?
I balled so hard they thought I was a fucking nutsack. I got Midas touch, fuck boy. Part of broke boy trying to come up on my Amazon package, so I skinned his ass alive. You smoking Sergi Vodka spinal fluid infused quick release perks. Fuck boy. Bitch.
Pum, pum, pum. Pum, pum, pum.
Stupid piece of shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit wiggly. A little bit wiggly. We got some rhythm functions to... Oh, look at that image. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Damn. All right, we're done. So we got some nice rhythm function going on. We call it Dracula Rhythm by Exquisite. This is pretty cool. I do think that the intro right here, so...
We getting that head runs. Stop playing with me.
This is a very long fake out. It's about 8 bars? Yeah, it's 8 bars. So this is a really long fake out. 4 bars would be good. 8 bars, wow. So you can leave this 8 bar fake out, but if you do leave it, then you have to make sure that when the drop hits, we're not just playing the same exact rhythm as the fake out, because only adding the drums as a new addition to the drop is just not enough energy level. You need more energy. You do a lot of nice switch ups with the rhythm over time that come in later. So I really recommend that when you get to the drop, you start switching up the rhythm and make it sound a little bit different than the fake out so that this drop can feel new and fresh with the addition of the drums that you added, as that'll help. One of the main things I think that needs to be looked on and thought about, and something you should be aware of, are the vocals. The vocals overall are so important and add a lot of like creativity and uniqueness to the song. So they have to be there, I think. But unfortunately, these vocals sound very slowed down and stretched, and they pretty much sound halftime. So if you're like using AI vocals or like ripped vocals from the internet, this is a common issue that you're going to run into. Trying to like warp the vocals to fit into your track, and sometimes they'll sound really fast and a chipmunk, or sometimes they'll be really slowed and sound like this.
Duck filtered churn.
So now, if we were listening to his vocals soloed with the metronome on, for example, it might be in time, but like halftime. So if we're at 140 and the metronome is
Duck filtered.
let's see, so the metronome's like this at 140, but half that time is what he's kind of like rapping in, or he's not rapping, but he's just speaking.
Blowing bareback.
If a real vocalist got in front of the microphone, listened to this beat, and said the same exact words that he's saying, they wouldn't say it this slow. That'd be abnormally slow for them to like speak the lyrics. So they would say it natural, and if you like kind of remove the vocals and imagine saying that phrase at a more natural pace to the beat in regular time in 140 rather than halftime, it would make a lot more sense, add a lot more energy, and not feel as awkward. It seems like something's wrong with the vocals, so you're going to need to really work on those. They're super important to the song, and the timing of those impact the energy heavily. So if you want more energy, you want more pizzazz, you want more bounce, you want more rhythm, you want more groove, you're going to get those vocals perfectly in time. And I remember at school, like, this is why the voice is the best instrument. Our voice can do any rhythm, any speed, and go like almost any pitch, super high, super low. We can change our voice and like make our voice do all kinds of weird different things. So if you have a real microphone and you have the ability to record a vocalist or rapper, singer, or learn how to do vocals yourself. It is super, super overpowered and very important to know, like, all that knowledge around vocals, mixing the vocals and the songs, learning how to record the vocals using microphones, how far you have to be from it, everything you need. All you guys should know all of that stuff. So start learning it. It's gonna help you. I'll help you out, man. Cool. Up next, we got Acid Bootleg. So we got a Boolean Amplifier Acid song. Lysergic's coming in hot with the bootleg. Check out the cover art. Trippy. Sick with it. Let's get it. Damn, bro. I love techno, you know. I gotta re-listen to this real quick. Hold up. How fast? Well, hold on. Do you do techno over here? Didn't we gotta check this out? Okay, that's all W. Yeah, okay. So talk about dynamics, right? Like super loud, going quiet, lots of movement, slow movements. It's just super, like lots of feeling, lots of energy when it comes to this type of like rhythmic beats right here. 4 to 4, let's go. Notice how it's progressing over time. And then he just fucking techno fake out. Whew. So that techno fake out, honestly, I didn't know it was a techno fake out the first listen, because when you listen in context, you're dancing to that 4 to the floor techno song. So when we hit the techno fake out, it does not feel like a fake out. It feels like the other part of the song. And then you kind of just like start playing the dubstep. The transition is a little bit abrupt. It works though. And it could be improved upon. I would try to improve upon it, because if you can make people realize that that's a techno fake out instead of them having to listen and like only to this little section, then it'll be awesome. It'll be sick. That would add a lot of cohesion and be really cool. You can add an extra 4 or 8 bars if needed to add a little cool build for this dubstep transition. That might be what all you need to do. The first drop though, very heavy. We have lots of good layers here. Let's check this. Also, I see in the chat you said it was -2 lefts. The peaking was about -2.7 lefts, so we're close to -3. And then if I turn up my interface, the song allows me to continue to turn up without it fully blowing my ears. And that's because you've probably used a lot of EQ. You were able to turn some frequencies down. As soon as we start stacking frequencies, stacking layers, that's when problems can arise. So we just use our EQs, we use volume to turn things, fix harsh frequencies, fix mud frequencies, and control the stereo image too. Remember, we have a 3D sphere of sound that we can put sounds in. So if everything's just blasted in the middle or everything's blasted on the sides, it could cause problems too. So you want to be aware of your image. Overall layers though, let's check these layers. Yeah, very nice and clean. We have nice dynamic switches here, you see. If we didn't have these little silence dynamic switches, then it would be completely different and it would just be almost like a wall of noise. So these little tiny things right here make the biggest difference in the flow and energy. Plus this, like the call. It's one of the best calls ever. Really nice vocal fill. Yeah, just overall flow and energy is very good here. It's all structured well. It all makes sense. And then we get out and go to techno. I think that's fun. I think the sub is just like being sustained. So like in sections where the guns are kind of going, like the sub can move with those guns, and I think it'd benefit a lot. We kind of get a little bit of difference in sub. The sub has been sustained the whole beginning of the drop, so if we kind of throw in a wrench, kind of make that sub move fast, similar to how you did here. Like, but like with these guns too. Yeah, just make some fast rhythm with the sub, add a little bit of silence and dynamics. It's going to make a big difference in the overall energy too. This is cool though, man. Very nice, very good. It doesn't seem too loud either. I think what you were hitting seems just fine. I think we're good to go. Very good, very nice. Now, Subordination by Zack Attack. Interesting. Is this a cake? Is this a space cake? Is this space cake? I need to go. I got to go drain the sea monster. I'll be right back. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. So basically, we're in subordination space cake Zack Attack area. We're gonna see what's going on here. Let's run it. Hold on.
Technology becomes more and more complicated. It becomes necessary to have more and more elaborate organization, more hierarchical organization. And incidentally, the advances of technology has been accompanied by an advance in the science of organization. It's now possible to make organization on a larger scale than it's ever possible before. And so to have more and more people doing the world well-distributed.
It's not great, but don't worry, we'll just dump a load of money in Facebook ads. Sorted.
Yes, sir. You better get that money in that Facebook ad. Alright. The Subordination by Zack Attack. Cool. So we got a couple things we got to work on here. Overall energy levels are pretty low because of multiple things. Bass layers, subdynamics, call and response. Energy and flow is the most important thing to get people dancing in the dance music. So I want to show you what I mean by that. Now, when I say call and response, we can look here. And we'll kind of like dissect a phrase. So the downbeat is the first kick. That's the beginning. So it's right here. And then we go all the way to about 4 bars, which is this. So this right here is our phrase. And within this phrase, we should have a call, response, fill. You know, that's like the easiest structure you can start with. And let's kind of see what's going on with yours. Cool. So it looks like we have a sound here. And our main response bass kind of starts right here. So basically, as soon as the downbeat starts, we usually would wait till the 0.3, which is like where the snare would come in. And once that snare comes in, then we can start like, that's the first headbang, right? We waited the whole drop. So we kind of want to like have a nice transition and flow into the first snare, because that's where we headbang first. But instead of a transitional flow to our first headbang dancing rhythmic structures spot, it's kind of like almost a wall of noise that is being not transitioned well. Something simple like silence, is all you would have to do to kind of like change the difference. But unfortunately, you started the bass way before the snare actually comes in. It starts like right at the point 2. So all this kind of sounds like one bass, and then this one bass kind of just extends all the way. So even at the end of this 2 bars, everything is just being sustained. So when I say dynamics, I mean like the difference between loud, quiet. Basically, this is just loud the whole 4 bars until this. There's no dynamic shifts. So the amount of energy and dance is very low. It's more just like a showcase of sounds that were designed. So these have to be fit and structured in a place so that they can be moving back and forth from one another. The sub in all the drops is going to need to be used in a way so it's not just sustained. You want to have silence and different little silence sections before each note. Now the sub is almost being sustained the whole time while the basses are moving. It's like whoa, 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 whoa. The sub should be moving with it, like row, row, row. But it's kind of just like one sub being played. And even in little fills, breaks like this, the sub doesn't go away. So we don't know really the difference between each phrase. It's important that we can like subconsciously know that there's a difference between phrases, otherwise the dynamics will just be a little bit squashed. Overall bass layers, the thickness and layering of the main basses, the rah, rah, needs to be improved. Layer lows, mids, highs, and you layer mono and stereo to get big, thick sounds. Right now they're sounding very thin, very weak. If this was like 2008, 2009, where these sounds were brand new and no one's ever heard sounds like this before, then this would take you, to the festivals and stuff because you would have done it before Skrillex, right? But it's not that time. It's 2024 and Skrillex already changed dance music in 2013 with these sounds. So we have to go new directions because they've been used so much by so many different artists over time. A lot of them have been successful, a lot of them have failed, but you want to try to stand out and be unique with unique sound design. All your bass layers will create something new, something that no one has ever heard before, which is important. I want to surprise them. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, at the beginning of the song, like the snare, it's very like what is that, drumline vibes, like a little drummer boy, tss, tss, you don't want really those vibes. You save the 4 to the floor snares and stuff for your build-ups while you're building tension and energy, but at the beginning of your song you want to stick to the dubstep flow, not 4 to the floor. And dubstep flow is like hip-hop drums, trap drums. It's halftime drums. So, and then the snares get off time here, which is just not good either. Energy levels dissipate, so please fix the snare. Snare should only be building up like this in these build-ups, and then you can add more claps and more energy here. Yeah, so lots to work on here, man, but you can do it. Come back to the video, rewatch this, and ask me any questions if you need to. Just send me a DM, dog. Cool. Up next, we have Smileys with Mob Sample Pack Demo Drop Test V2. Oh my Lord, have mercy. We got a sample pack demo by Smileys. Boy, am I confused, but let's go. Jesus. This is way too loud, son. Alright. Smileys, this is decent, but it's much too loud. Plus, you're doing a cardinal. I think you're breaking a cardinal rule right now. Let's double check. So a sub is a mono instrument, like the sub bass, subwoofer, right? That is a mono thing. But it sounds like we have some sub on the sides, or the sub distortion is on the sides. Bro, if your sub is on the sides, you like, I don't know what's going on here, but this does not sound like normal Smileys. It sounds very like the image. So the stereo image is left, right, up, down, right? And it feels like the stereo image has just been like completely congested and blasted with frequencies to a point where there's no space. There's no dynamics. And if there's like slow frequencies or distorted frequencies in the sides, that makes it really muddy and messy, and it just does not feel clean like that. So we have to check on this image real quick. It's pretty full. This is normal though. We usually want it like this. We do want shifts from being like, for example, your pre-drop would be mono and then your drop would be all big stereo. So like having the movement between something big stereo, then going back to mono, then going back to stereo is real important. We don't really have much of that. Like these vocals should be pretty mono. So the whole time our stereo image is really full, and then as soon as we get to the drop, it's almost completely full. But the sub is like, I swear the sub is in the sides. Jesus. What if... I don't know how we can check if the sub's in the sides right now. If we add a utility and we made it mono.
Think twice.
So we're still really loud in mono, which is a good sign. We could feel the sub really nice and clean.
Think twice. Think twice.
Now you can kind of tell the difference more like that. So it's just a very extended left and right with some frequencies that probably shouldn't be there, like low mids, lots of muddy frequencies starting to build up over there. So you want to start doing advanced EQ, like mid-side EQ, if you want to keep it as is. You want to start ducking those down. You really want to also be aware of the parallel processing chains you're using. Make sure you turn those down a little bit. Use a lot of EQ so that a lot of these harsh frequencies stop building. I'm fighting the volume the whole time, turning it down while listening to it. It's peaking at like negative 2.2 left, so it's very loud. It's too loud in a lot of sections, so you want to not focus on getting loud, focus on making your sounds heavy, nice, tight. You can be from -6 to -3 lufs. That's fine. That's enough for the club. Remember, in the club, you're going to be turning it up almost full volume. So keep those things in mind. Aight. Cool. Good job. Sample pack demo. Okay. Drop test V2. Done. Up next, we got falling. Higher than the drop. Feels like I'm making some progress. That's all good. I love to hear it. Let's get it. Yeah. Cool. Here we go with Falling by Higher Than the Drop, Vincent himself. So I gotta say, there's a lot of things that need to be worked on in this. There's some really important things that were done that are really killing the vibe of the song, and I think it's important you are aware of what's going on here. So, your intros, this is nice. This is pretty lovely. The quality of your intros compared to the quality of your drops is pretty a huge difference, a significant difference. So even if your drops and your intros are cool, that's good. But remember, we're making electronic dance music, and the most important thing of these songs is the drop. It's the hardest thing to learn. Intros can take a couple months to learn, but learning how to make proper high energy drops with a full amount of frequencies and a full amount of layers is going to be important. Remember too that we're dancing to the snare, so the snare is running and ruling everything in our song. The snare is what we headbang to. If you're making a song in a dubstep beat, which is halftime drums, then we're going to be like super aware of what the snare is doing and what our basses are doing with the snare, how they move around the snare. So let's listen to this. So our first snare hits, but we kind of have this bass like playing over it. So right here, the call and response structure, we don't really have any. We need to have some type of structured arrangement so that people can start dancing and start moving. What I mean is within a 4-bar phrase, you're going to have a call response fill. And there's little tricks that you can do. So at the beginning, you would have like a slow bass. And this fast bass would kind of start at the snare. So it'd be like a slow, like, bam, bam, bam. Or you can also pay attention to how you kind of cut the basses away here. It's like we really need to make sure that during the drop, we don't have any little silent sections right away. We have to save these for like fills. And a fill would happen at the end of your phrase. So this is the 4-bar phrase. You would save the silence for the end of your fills, which is like over in these sections. So these silences are happening way too soon. We don't have any structure going on. There's nothing really to dance to here. It's just sounds that are being played, and that's a problem. You had a lot of potential from this. I'm expecting something really nice. Your intro and build-up lead with a lot of tension and energy. So you can just blast them with brah, dun, 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 dun. Find your flow within a 4-bar phrase, and then you can repeat the 4-bar phrases over and over. Make slight variations, and then you'll start to understand how to make things move in time. It will help. It will definitely help. All day. Your Sussy too comes in. It's pretty loud. The whole song is loud. I mean, this is like a very minimal, chill, almost like EDM trap song. So there's no reason for you to be -3 LUFS. You should be like -6, -5, -4. So start turning things down. You don't have to be that loud in this song. We're not making like tearout. A lot of the timing is messed up too. Some of the basses are like going at weird timing. If you're using audio, be careful. Use your grid properly, and make sure you're using the Serum LFOs properly too, so you can get the timing perfect. Anything that's off time, we'll be able to tell, and it'll kill the energy. So fix bass timing, phrasing, call and response first. Work on those so that you can start catching more energy in the tracks. All right, cool. Up next, we got Mellow Death, Burn It Down, Goat Dubs bootleg. Nice. Let's go. gonna have to listen to the original because I don't know what the original sounds like. We're gonna have to listen to the original so I can tell what you did to this one, because I don't think it normally sounds like this. Like, this sounds like abnormally bad. We're gonna have to check. What's this song called? Melodic. Better come up. Come on, man. What is this? Use AI. SoundCloud, use AI. Come on, man. Use AI. Gosh. So picky. You're a picky little boy. Jesus Christ, that sounds horrible. Well, looks like they did it then. Never mind. Sorry, I was about to tell you. You fucked up that section. I don't know why they made it sound so muddy. They must have just not gave a fuck when making the song, but obviously. Okay, so compare that to your drop. Much better. Very nice. Yeah, this is nice. Honestly, the only thing I think is that this is way too short. The intro is 36 bars. It's very long that we're waiting for the drop. And then once we hit the drop, we only get to dance for 16 bars. At the end of your drop, it also feels like you could even extend it again another 16 to make a 32 bar drop and really start to change the rhythm of the flow. And if you did that, it would take it to the next level. Right now, you're kind of just using the same rhythm and flow that they're using in their song, which is very minute. I mean, you made this song better, I would say, but I mean, by not much. You should definitely be taking it to the next level. So we keep going back to it. There has to be a reason. Just because it sounds a little bit cleaner isn't enough for us to get that playback value of just repeating it over and over and over again. Make sure too that you're not processing this section. If you're compressing this at all or doing anything, they already had it really over compressed and really muddy to begin with. So any extra processing to that is going to be bad. So just be careful during that section. Make sure everything is clean in the mix and you're not affecting that section at all with any of your audio effects. Overall, the rhythm starts to get repetitive over time. So like I mentioned earlier, if you were to duplicate it, start testing some other rhythms and trying some new speeds, it would really increase the energy and really make this unique and make this your own rather than it sounds super similar to the original. So yep, work on those things. Try to make these bootlegs and remixes your own, guys. We don't want to just listen to their song again, especially if it sounds like this. Not like that, sorry. Like, that's muddy, man. I am just so baffled and bamboozled that I just don't understand, really. But dude, like I'm saying, like once you're this big, it doesn't fucking matter what you release. You can release poop sounds, fart samples, and people gonna run it up, man. You can do anything. Remember, music is art, music is creative, but at the beginning when we're competing with tens of thousands of other producers, we have to do something to stand out, whether that be sound clean, do something crazy, remix some fucking memes on TikTok like my friends are doing, just whatever you guys can do. Do something cool all day. We ask cool. Well, yeah, it's cool. Who's up next? We got Pub Nui, which I'm pretty sure means public nuisance. But I'm gonna say Pub Nui with Dagarin Demo 2. Hiya, let's run. Coolio. That was Public Nuisance with the Dagarin Demo 2. We have a nice, cool, vibey intro here. I really like these cellos, and it's just it's really nice. Build up though, energy of the build up, like the instruments you're using, the very weak snare and risers, it's just not enough. You know, we're about to lead into something heavy, so if there should be a tease of heaviness. It's almost like a jungle house song build up here. Or like jungle EDM trap. Now, as As soon as the pre-drop happens, you just throw us into the bass. There's no call and response. Very minimal movement here in your track. Yeah, it repeats very long over a very long period of time before we get any break. This is the first break right here. And the break is very small too. It's not even a full fill. It's half of a fill. So this is 4 bars in time. This is the phrase. If you had the beginning of the phrase as a simple call, something different than this rhythm, then it would make every 4-bar phrase start to dance with each other. Because right now, we're just looking at this 4-bar phrase. You do this over and over again, the whole song. So it becomes very repetitive. The energy starts to decrease over time because of it. You start to change up the rhythm and stuff here, but that's not doing anything because the overall flow and the overall movement of your song is very minuscule. So you just slightly changing the rhythm is not going to be enough to keep the audience engaged here. So once again, call and response, work on it. Work on phrasing, flow. It's everything. Dynamics too. If you just keep us blasted with noise and you don't have any breaks of silence, it's going to cause a lot of problems. Overall energy levels will be low. You create more energy when we go back and forth. Something's quiet and then boom, you get hit with the sound. That's like what EDM is based off of. Remember the drop? We build it up, the pre-drop. Well, and go. The drop, it hits you hard. Like that's what dance music is, guys. It's starting to seem like I'm repeating the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. I hope I don't have to keep doing that. Up next, we got a big tune, and I'm pretty sure this is Snasta's tune, so we're gonna have to get prepared. Yes, sir. It is Snasta's tune. Looks like we have a big tune number 3. Big Snasta up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh boy, that be feeling crazy. Hold on, we gotta run that back a little bit. See, this is what I'm talking about, my guys. Yo, if you just focus on dynamics, right? Remember, it's loud and then it gets completely quiet. Then we get hit with the loud. We're like going in and out of the quiet. It's just feel it. Just feel it. Ooh, that's some Wookiee ass shit right there, man. That's what I like to hear. That's some nice stuff. This sounds different than the first drop. Let's check. Sounds like the sub is like louder in this, maybe? The sub is a little bit pushed a little too hard in this section, I think. Sounds a little bit muddy. But once we get here, everything starts to get cleaned up. Maybe it's because of the sub's dynamics. Might want to focus on a little bit more sub dynamic here. Yeah, we don't really take a break from the sub at all. So yeah, maybe within the 8 bars, have a little break from the sub. Keep that sub nice and fresh here. And then at the beginning, just do more than just filter, you know, add something nice. Seems like you're only uploading drops, so I really want to see you like submit full songs. It's easy to make a drop. You can make this in 3 hours, you know. You can make your main idea, but can you successfully make an intro and build up, transition into your drop? That will create 3 times as much energy in your drop, plus it will prove if you are ready for conquering the industry of 1,000 truths. We work in the industry of 1,000 truths. All right, good job, Snasta. Very nice, very heavy, very good grooves. I would listen to that again. I would do that song again. Good job. All right. Up next, we got Not Nice with the one and only and simply Face Banger. I like that. I like the name of that track. I really do. Because, like, that's what happens. Let's go.
Bitch, I'm not nice.
I just want to feel the bass.
Mom, 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 bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-bum, da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 dum.
Not nice.
Bitch, I'm not nice.
Bitches.
What? Huh? Hold on.
Sup, bitches?
Bum, bum.
Not nice.
Oh, bitch, I'm not. But I kind of like that tag, man. Bitch, I'm not nice. That's pretty cool. All right. Nevertheless, Face Banger track complete. Listen, done, analyzation, completion. What do I think, Shin? Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done in here. We're going to get into all of it. But you got to understand, man, you have some nice, cool flows in here. You have some solid grooves. A lot of these things that I'm going to say can be fixed pretty quickly. One of the most important things that you're doing correct is your calls. You know, you have nice, good calls and responses. Like that's a call, right? Dun, 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 and then you throw us into the response base. Unfortunately, the bass, the layering of the basses, so like the overall bass thickness is very small. We need to make sure that they're thicker. Your sub and other sounds are louder than the basses, so that should be a sign that your basses are not loud enough. If you start to layer them and fill up the frequency spectrum, so lows, mids, and highs, and also mono and stereo, the stereo image, you'll get it louder and it'll sound thicker and fuller. It's like doo doo doo, super quiet, super small. Those lasers, quiet, small, super cool though. I like these lasers here. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
I just want to feel the bass.
Overall sub is really sustained the whole time. So you want little silences between the subs. You want your sub to move perfectly at the same like level and dynamics as your main basses. So if the main basses fade out, your sub should fade out. If the main basses have a little silence, the sub should have a silence. Don't let the sub play when it shouldn't be playing. Let your sub move to these. Let there be a difference. You see how your main bass has a little difference? It's like loud and then quiet. Your sub should be doing the same. It's not right now. It's just blasted. You can use audio fades to do that, or you can use your LFO and serum to do that as well. The shape of it. And then lastly, on your second drop, I mean, you're trying to do a fake out here. We're trying to add more energy level. That's the point of a fake out, but the energy levels once we hit the drop are very low. Let's see how long this is. So it's a 4-bar fake out, but there's no like, we need a little bit of like transition section here at the end. But it kind of just like, it almost feels like this is almost the same section because there's not really a difference. There's a little silence, a little pre-drop, work on the call and response here. You know, those are the tricks you can use so that this doesn't feel like a run-on phrase. So right now it does. It just feels like you only added the drums, and that's just not enough to add extra energy. You got to focus on the rhythm, the rhythmic qualities. Oh, it's our rhythmic qualities. All right, man. I think that's about it. You got a lot to work on. Oh, yes. Shoot. Most important. Your song fills halftime most of the time. So like when we're dancing, we're not dancing to full time. Full time's like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, every beat. All right. So if we're playing that metro, if you're hitting it up with that metro real quick, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's regular time. That's full time. That's our time, right? But if you're rolling in and we're dancing like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a problem. We don't want to be dancing this slow. We have to be dancing. So let's listen and see how we're dancing. So this is my natural dance to this song right here. Like, it doesn't make you want to do this, right? That seems pretty intense for this song. Doing this. So we're doing some of these, like vibing. But you can tell, like, with how fast the basses are going, he's not trying to make a slow, vibey, Wookiee halftime song. No. He's trying to do the full-time, high energy. So this is a huge sign that the rhythmic qualities in here, the overall call and response, the overall flow, is not making people dance fast enough. So that's one thing you want to work on. It's hard at the beginning, but you can do it. 4-bar phrases, call, response, fill. Get things moving, get things pumping. All right. Hit me up if you have questions. I got you. Otherwise, good job. It's really important we got those calls. Dun, 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 dun. that's the type of shit you need. So continue that. Very nice. All right, we have Edge with Cold-Blooded Killers. Go ahead and get it down. Wait, whoa. Yeah, all right. Wrong section. There we go. Go get it done. Slice.
Cold-blooded killer.
Bum bum bum. That's pretty cute. Ooh, dude, that's a long outro. Okay, that's Edge coming in decently hot with Cold-Blooded Killers. I shall say, when I first heard the drop, I was quite impressed. But the longer the drop goes on, I guess my energy just started to dissipate. And there's many reasons for this. So once we get into the drop, we are in some sections peaking a little bit too loud, 1.9. You do want to make sure things don't get that loud. I was able to turn it up. So you're doing some pretty good EQ, but you just want to be careful. One of the things that's really weird is like it feels like a really robotic movement towards our later phrases. Usually you would save this type of dynamic switch for like a certain phrase. Because usually like the drop's like really loud, it's all intense, and then the next phrase is like super dynamic. See how it's like fading, all perfect, and we have these silences. So like we would save these phrases for later on in the drop so that we can go back and forth between blasting the full frequencies, and then kind of going to something more dynamic where there's more silence involved, more movement. But really the whole song is that, and because of that, it just feels very robotic. The rhythm almost stays the same. And then once we go to these later phrases, it starts to get very repetitive. So like there's not enough going on. It also sounds empty because of how much silence there is. So this is crazy, I'm going to say it, but this is the only song I've really heard that has too many dynamic shifts. We're at the point where we've dynamic shifted way too much. So like, this is a perfect example. Look at the second drop.
Cold-blooded killer.
So we just have silence here, and then we're finally getting the drop where we can dance. That's just sounding hard. This should just keep going, honestly. But then we get more silence when we shouldn't, when we don't need it. This is also silence too. So the amount of dance time we have is very minuscule. These overall shifts, it's just happening too often. And we're breaking away from the main dance energy way too much. And that's just pretty sad. Plus, when we get to this section where we should be adding more energy with the sustain keeps cutting out and it doesn't stay sustained. Our poor sussy's trying to breathe and you just like choking him. So you're just keeping the same dynamic rhythm with the sustain, which just shouldn't be happening. You've done that rhythm this whole time at the beginning. So once we get to the end, we should start to be feeling different rhythms and testing different energies so that we don't get bored. It becomes predictable. Remember, if it's repetitive, we can predict it. We can literally imagine and predict what's going to happen next. So if we're doing that while we're listening, it's not going to be good for your energy levels. It's not going to be a surprise, you know. Switch it up, keep it up. Overall, good job, good energy, great dynamics. Just a little bit too much dynamics. Oh, too much dynamic, man. You got balance. Life's about balance. Up next, we have a heavyweight veteran, OG boss player named Lodian. He has a 2-time gold stamp that says Big Boss ain't taking nothing. Lodian standing on business. We out here with Dance. D-A-N-S-E. Looks like he misspelled. He might have been a little bit, you know, you never know. But now we know. Let's check out Dance. I'm gonna do a cry. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, why'd I have to do the ending? We're gonna run this drop back one more time. Basically, this god has combined dynamic shifts with music theory greatness. Listen to how we transition to this drop. Oh. Beautiful musical compositions like this truly make me want to cry sometimes. Make me want to shed a tear because the amount of feeling is just really intense. It's hard to comprehend. It's hard to listen and try to figure out exactly what's going on because so much is going on in perfect harmony. And on top of that, we're transitioning very well dynamically. I mean, I love it. Like, we're getting super loud and then we go super quiet with just the piano. And then the little transition right back home. Like, only people that are really good at like songwriting can do tricks like this. And that's why music theory is really important to learn. Your skills, the harmony, melody, all these different tricks that we can do, how he's walking up and down the scale. Like, see, I was walking down. So the amount of movement, the amount of story that's being told with this is just intense. And this is what music's about, man. Telling story, getting people into a trance, having people feel something. Most importantly, though, this is electronic dance music. So this drop has to have a very strong climax. And with this shift right here from almost silence to just getting thrown into all these new sounds and frequencies right at home is just like, makes me happy. Makes me want to make some music right now. The only thing that you need to do in this to make it a lot better is add some vocals, like little vocal fills, very harmonic, singing, melodic vocals. You know, just not too much, just enough. Balance out some just vocal phrases just so we have that beautiful instrument also creating harmony with everything else. And finish the song, man. This cliffhanger. This is a cliffhanger. Ow. Oh. Okay, good job, Lodian. Once again, like I said, guys, he's a god. He has the brain. He has that brain. I didn't hear any mud either. Usually your main thing you got to work on is like mud and low mid frequency build up, but none of that here. So bravo, sir. Bravo. Zarkin and Edge. Checkmate version 36. Bro, we didn't get version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11. We got version 36. Let's get it done. Zarkin and Edge. Checkmate. Run it. Oh, I knew it. I knew that was coming. I knew it. Oh, perfect way to end the stream. Beautiful. Clip it. Edit it. Copy and paste it. All right, guys. That's Zarkin and Edge with Checkmate version 36. Remember, this ain't version 35. This is 36. Overall, we have some really nice energy here. Overall dynamics of the song. Remember, I'm like singing. It's like, dun, 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 check. Like you're going back and forth between super loud to quiet. This is what's adding a lot of energy in the song. There are no rides, though. Like the overall lack of top end frequencies. Remember, a drummer has his rides, his hi-hats, all of his tops. And we need those too in dubstep. It's really important. There's a lack of rides. It seems empty because of that. So get nice rides, splashes, crashes. You know what it is. We got to get those tops. Then the main bass lead, it sounds a little bit muddy if you check it out. So just check out your frequency buildup from about 100 to 300 hertz on all the layers. Make sure only one layer is commanding 100 to 200 hertz and all the rest are like cutting at 175 hertz so that everything's clean and everything blends together and meshes well. Because right now it's sounding a little bit muddy on the main bass lead. The right here, you said you forgot the vocal track, so this is silent. You explained why it's silent, so that's okay. That's all good. Just make sure you have that pre-drop in there. That'll be important. And then like the transitions from the end of the drop to the like middle build-up, or the second build-up, they sound pretty abrupt, so I'll just use more frequency sweeps and risers up to this, more impacts, maybe transition a little bit better on the fill. This is kind of short. This is like maybe half a bar, but you should no, this is half of a bar. It's almost just like up one little beat basically. So instead of one little beat, do 2 beats, which is half a bar, and that'll be a nice transition section to go into your next phrases. Oh yeah, and lastly, once we get to the end, you've replayed the main bass over and over so much that once we get to the second drop, the tone of the bass starts to sound repetitive. So like start to switch up the actual wavetable. You can automate the wavetable position. You can start to use Complex Pro and start pitching down your samples and just try to get different tonalities so we get a little bit of fresh tones towards the end of the drop, just so it doesn't sound exactly the same as the beginning. Alrighty. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for joining. You guys are sick and you did very well. I'm happy for you. Hit me up once again if you need any help. DM me. Private lessons are available. I can help you directly. We can get things done. Keep on making bangers. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share my channel with your friends if they need help. And keep it real all day. I'll see you later.